Siguli swagway, why jujinu and any get so quali niwa kitalodo. Onyada aga niwa go honjod. Hi everybody, I'm Lisa Hill and I am the owner and sole facilitator for the programming within Moccasin Flow. Moccasin Flow is a movement-based company just offering various types of classes and sessions to help us nurture our own medicine wheel. I am a 200-hour certified teacher, actually 500 now, but I've not actually finished all the paperwork on that. That's neither here nor there. But yes, I was certified by David Tree Yoga School, and they're actually based out of British Columbia. I am certified and registered within Canada and the US, as I too am dual. So I tend to offer classes across the medicine line, right? Either side of the medicine line, that's where I share my practice. Also, I am a power dancer. I'm a fancy shawl dancer, and I have danced my whole life, traveled all over North America, and really just nurturing my own spirit and my own medicine wheel through dance and through movement, which is how I got to starting this company called Moccasin Flow. When it comes to our yoga practice and our powwow dancing and our lives, right? When it comes to school, when it comes to work, when it comes to family life, when it comes to all of those things in life that we do, I believe that it is important that we nurture our spirit. We take care of our medicine wheel. And I have found that when we move physically, right, it starts to move that energy. And that energy then starts to really take care of us, takes care of that mental quadrant, that emotional quadrant, and that spiritual quadrant within that medicine wheel, right? Those four directions within are then taken care of, and we can have a better day. We can find our way through healing of sorts. So I want to thank you for joining me. Thank you to X University for inviting me and including me in this week. It's truly an honor to be a part of this. So a few housekeeping rules here. As far as being in this virtual space, right? This, of course, is a yoga practice that is offered virtually. So you are in the comfort of your own home. You don't have to have your camera on, right? I do invite you, though, to really let go, right? Find where your yoga takes you. So rule number one within the Moccasin Flow offerings is to remember that this is a judgment-free room. So not so much the judgment outward, but I think we are all guilty at times of that inner judgment, right? Of that little voice inside that says, I can't do that. I don't look like that. My body doesn't look like that. Well, you know what? We are all unique. We were all built the way we were built. This is who we are. Let us celebrate that. Let us celebrate how our body moves or doesn't move, right? So finding acceptance within self and not judging ourselves for anything, right? Really allowing and giving ourselves permission to just be. Also within our practice today, I invite you to really listen to your body. So listen to what is going on within, what is going on physically, right? And when our body speaks to us, to again, not offer judgment, but to find an acknowledgement for whatever comes up, right? Acknowledge that maybe your shoulder is sore and this may be a little difficult today. And if it is, then we're just going to lay off a little, right? So adjusting and modifying what is being offered, just so that it fits within whatever is available in your body right here and right now. Because sometimes what was available yesterday may not be available today. And that's okay, right? What is available right now is just that, right here, being present in the moment. So give yourself permission to do that as well. And another suggestion within the Moccasin Flow offerings is to really give yourself the space to venture outside of the space, right? Step outside of the box, because that's where the magic happens, right? So being okay in the uncomfortable, being okay in the now. So all of that being said, again, listen to your body, know what's available. Know that it is okay to modify and make it fit within whatever is available. Make it your own practice, right? Maybe what's being offered, maybe you could deepen it a little more for yourself. So really just listen, make it your own, and let's just see what happens. Let's just be okay with what happens. Finding acknowledgement, being an observer of self as we nurture our entire medicine wheel here. Excuse me. So without further ado here, I invite you as we start our practice to join me in easy pose here. So join me as in a fairly comfortable seated position, crossing your legs if that is available. If this is not available, just make it work, right? Find what's available. If you have tools, if you are a yogi and you have your own practice, maybe you have certain tools like a block or a strap or a blanket or a bolster, whatever you need to bring in to your practice to help you get the most out of your practice, by all means, do so. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. I invite you to, first and foremost, we're going to elongate the body. So just opening up the spine here. So we're going to sit up nice and tall. Imagine there's a string from the ceiling to the top of your head, to the crown of your head, and it's pulling you towards the ceiling. So just elongating here. We're going to send the chin slightly up and then back. Good. Placing your hands on the knees. And just flowing through some deep breaths here, just clearing out the pathways. I invite you to take that nice deep breath in through the nose. And when you exhale, letting go out the mouth here and really pushing that air out. We're going to let go of the day. We're going to let go of anything that we brought to the mat that will not serve us in our practice. So sitting up nice and tall. Let's flow through some deep breath here. Deep breath in and out. And again, in and out. Fantastic. And then allowing your breath to return back to its natural rhythm, as I invite you to join me as we close our eyes. Taking this time to close your eyes really just gives you the opportunity to look within, to be a witness to self, to just have that opportunity to see what's going on inside. And with the eyes closed, I invite you now to focus on the breath. Just noticing the breath as it enters the body. Noticing the breath as it exits the body. Not altering the breath or changing it in any way. Just visualizing that breath. Good. I invite you now to take your attention to the parts of your body that are connected to the earth. So really focusing on parts of the feet and the legs, parts of the sits bones here. So whatever is touching the earth right now, let's take our focus there. Good. And as we focus on our connection to Mother Earth, I invite you now to, with your next breath, on the inhale, calling energy from Mother Earth and allowing it to rise through your body. And as you exhale, allow it to exit out the top of your head like a ray of light. Really taking in that beautiful energy from Mother Earth. She offers that energy so freely. Allowing it to cleanse and clarify, using your mind's eye, visualizing that breath as it enters the body, flowing through, cleansing and clarifying, exiting out the top of your head, taking with it whatever you don't need. Just utilizing that beautiful renewal energy from Mother Earth. Calling upon that beautiful connection that we have with Mother Earth and with creation. And allowing that beautiful connection to help cleanse and clarify, to clear out the pathways, making space within for our practice today. One more nice deep breath as we call upon that energy and allowing it to rise. On the exhale, exiting out the top of your head like a wave. Bringing your attention now back to your breath. And again, visualizing that breath as it enters the body. Visualizing that breath as it exits the body. And taking this moment and this opportunity to really ground here. So settling in, landing in your practice today. And knowing that your yoga practice, although starting physical, is already starting to nurture and send light and love to your entire medicine wheel. Maybe inviting peace in for your spirit, inviting softness in to that emotional quadrant, calling in clarity for that mental quadrant. And whenever you are ready, gently opening your eyes and finding yourself in this beautiful practice today. Good. We're just going to start here by attempting to drop the left ear to the left shoulder. So tilting the head over. And being mindful to connect with your breath here. And not shrugging the shoulder up to meet the ear. We want to keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. Good. And on that next breath, we're just calling in light and love for this right side, neck and shoulder area. On the exhale, letting go any of that tightness or anything that we're holding there. Taking the time, giving ourselves permission to slow down, giving ourselves permission to be present in this moment, right here and right now. Good. On the next inhale, calling your head upright again, aligning head over heart, over pelvis. And then on the exhale, sending the right ear to the right shoulder, just tilting over. Again, being mindful not to lift the shoulders to meet the ear. Really just calling light and love now to this left side, neck and shoulder area. Exhaling and letting go. Fantastic. On the next inhale, calling your head upright once more, head over heart over pelvis. You got it. You're going to extend the arms out straight here in front, interlocking the fingers, the hands here, and extending those arms straight. Noticing here as we look down that the insides of the elbows are sending energy away from the body here. That's what we want here. So I'm going to turn to the side just to help with the visual here. Sitting up nice and tall here, elongating the spine. Good. We're going to use our breath to help dictate how fast or slow we move. Good. So we're going to inhale and at the same time calling those arms and hands all the way overhead. Really just a nice tall line here. And on the exhale, just lowering, releasing those hands back towards the earth, opening up the shoulder blades. Nice controlled breath here. Trying that again. Inhaling all the way up. Good. Exhaling and just letting go, feeling that opening in the shoulder blade. We carry so much in our shoulders here. Let's really alleviate some of that here. Let's do that again. Inhaling all the way up. Exhaling. Really letting go. Got it. We're going to take those hands upright once more. But this time when you inhale those arms up, we're going to leave them up there. And on the exhale, tilting slightly to the left. Maybe you're taking your gaze towards the arm. Maybe you're taking it towards the earth. Maybe you're trying both just to see what feels good within your body. Giving your body what it needs as we create that opening on that right side. Good. On the next inhale, coming back upright, keeping those hands above the head. Exhaling as we tilt now towards the right. You got it. Grounding through your sits bones here again. Maybe you're slightly turning the head towards the arm. Maybe you're finding that taking the gaze towards the earth is what you need. Again, just giving your body exactly what feels good right here and right now, nurturing all that is. Good. On the next inhale, bringing those hands upright. Nice, a deep breath all the way up. Really send those hands up. On the exhale, we're just going to slowly lower those hands down, feeling the opening in the shoulder. You got it. And then releasing the hands. We're going to roll the shoulders forward, really taking your time here as we were opening up those shoulder blades. So let's just give it a little bit more love. And then changing the rotation. So sending those shoulders back, alternating here. Good. Maybe you're using your practice maybe you're using it as a recovery from an intense workout, or maybe you're using it as a warm-up for a workout. Maybe you're a power dancer and this is your warm-up. Good. Coming to stillness. Excuse me. Coming to stillness here, I invite you now to take that left hand and we're going to place it on the side here. So placing that left hand on the earth. Good. On the next inhale, raising that right arm all the way up. Good. And then just arcing it over the head as we lean towards the left. So bending that left elbow. Ooh, really noticing the opening in the right side body here. Oh, nice. Deep breath in and out. Again, giving yourself permission to just be present in this moment. It's okay to take your time. Know where to be because you're right where you're supposed to be. On the next inhale, gently rising. You're rising all the way up. We're going to float that right hand down to the earth. Good. Let's try the other side here. On the next inhale, inhaling the left arm up and over. Again, arcing it as we bend the right elbow, leaning towards the right here. And again, just noticing what's going on in that left side body. Hello, kitty. Nice deep breath. Good. On the next inhale, we're going to float this left hand all the way up, back to the earth beside you on the left. And we're actually going to attempt to drop that forearm down. So dropping the forearm down, we're going to extend the right arm over. So once we get here, I invite you to just scoot that forearm just a little further away from the body and roll up off of that right sit bone. Uncross that right leg, and we're going to extend it straight. Good. So now this right leg, this right foot, the inside, the instep is now resting on the earth. Good. Nice deep breath. Just opening up the body, calling in light and love with the inhale, exhaling, and just letting go. Good. I invite you now to gently float this right hand to the earth beside the left hand. Good. And we're going to invite that right knee, excuse me, calling that right knee so that it's near or touching that left foot. Good. So calling the right heel just a little closer to the hip and coming up to both hands. Good. And we're going to walk those hands so that you are sending your heart shine as much to the left as possible, rotating here, noticing the opening happening in that left hip. Excuse me. We're going to take the gaze up, a little modified mermaid. Good. I invite you now to join me as we flow through some dynamic movement here, a little bit of dynamic flow. So we're going to inhale, send the chin upward. On the exhale, bend the elbows, drop the heart shine towards the earth. And then inhale, tuck the chin towards the chest as you come up. And then releasing the chin towards the skin. Good. Exhaling, floating down again. Inhaling. As you just slowly allow your body to open up. Floating down. Inhaling up one more time. Floating down. Inhaling up and pausing here with the movement, but not the breath. Chin towards the ceiling, gaze up. Got it. Good job. Let's take our heart shine now. I invite you to send it towards the front once more. Good. And we're going to call that right leg back into easy pose here. Cross legs. We're inhaling those arms all. Exhaling, floating the hands down, connecting with the earth with the right hand. Drop down to forearm. Let's inhale, left arm open. I invite you to scooch the right arm away, just a little further away from the body here. And uncross that left leg, extending it straight. Just looking to have a nice line from fingertips to the heel. Nice deep breath here, just connecting with your breath, creating an opening here on the left side. Good. On the next exhale, floating that left hand to the earth beside the right. Good. We're going to bend that left knee and call the left heel towards the hip and push up to the right hand. Good. And then finding your way to a modified mermaid here as we gently walk the hands to help us send our heart shine now towards the right. Good. Listening to your body and just staying within what is available. We don't want pain, but a little challenge is okay. Finding the uncomfortable a little bit more comfortable as we move. Good. Inhaling, chin up. On the exhale, bending the elbows, floating the heart, and then the chin, and then the forehead down. Inhaling as you push up, allowing the chin to be the last thing to rise. Exhaling, floating down. So a little bit of dynamic movement to get us going here. Floating down. Inhaling up. Good. Nurturing all that is. We're going to float down one last time here. Good. And when you come up here, we're going to lift that chin up. Take a moment and pause physically, but continuing with the breath. Good job. And just gently turning back towards the front as we release that left hand here and bring ourselves back to easy pose here. So finding your way to easy pose, crossing those legs. You got it. One more rotation here as we gently just flow through a little dynamic movement again. So drawing circles around your heart. Imaginary circles with the heart, just circling yourself with love. Fantastic. Good. All right. And when that feels complete, just changing directions of those rotations here. So going all the way around. Got it. Good job. And when that feels complete, coming to stillness at center. I invite you now to take your hands here. We're going to extend them straight and palms down on the earth in front. Good. Walking the hands a gentle step away from the body. Good. And we're just going to take a moment here and again release into the earth. So being that conduit for energy. Calling upon the energy from Mother Earth once more, allowing it to rise through the bone. And as that energy flows, it's just rising up the spine, it's rounding the shoulders and exiting out the hands, letting go whatever you don't need out the hands here. Because you know what? Sometimes some things are just out of our hands, right? So let's let that go. We're just going to let things go, clear out the pathway. Flowing through your breath, visualizing that energy from Mother Earth as it rises throughout your own body, cleansing and clarifying, exiting out the hands. Good. And on the next inhale, walking those hands back towards the body. You got it. And if you're not long ways on your mat, I invite you to join me now. Joining me now as we now bend the knees. So our knees are bent and our feet are planted hip distance apart. Feet are planted on the earth. Hands are supporting you on the earth behind you here. And we're just going to windshield wiper these legs here. So taking your time and using your breath here. So deep breath in. On the exhale, just dropping them to one side. Inhaling those knees back to center. Exhaling to the other side. So just noticing we're giving our hips a little bit of love. I think throughout the day, regardless of what we do, our hips take so much impact and hold on to so much. So we're going to do a little bit of hip release here, nothing too crazy, but we're going to help ourselves out here. Good. The next time your knees are at center, I invite you to pause and gently lower your back body to the earth. Good. And take yourself into an extended mountain. So a reclined or supported extended mountain, arms above the head, resting those hands on the earth. And I invite you to flow through some nice belly breaths here. So when you inhale, just sending that belly button to the ceiling, really allowing yourself that full breath. Inhaling, belly rise. Exhaling and allowing it to fall. If you like, you can place your hand on your tummy just to get that physical feeling of it, right? Breathing in and then out, allowing that belly button to fall towards the spine. One more nice deep breath in, belly breath in, and letting it fall. Good. Bringing those hands beside you. As we call the feet back to the earth here, so bending the knees. Good. And I invite you now to lift those knees up. We're going to call the knees to the chest. And take a moment in stillness here just to give our back bodies a little bit of extra love. We're going to support, maybe you're interlocking your fingers, maybe you're holding onto each knee. So really listening to your own body, noticing what feels comfortable, and going with that here as we take a moment in stillness. Nice full breath here, connecting to the earth through the shoulders and through your back body. And as we lie here in stillness, noticing that Mother Earth is supporting us, she has risen up to really help guide us and support us, allowing us to feel that love as you utilize the earth to let go. So noticing the back body melting into the earth. Good. And yogi's choice here, maybe you're going to rock from side to side, really just taking your time. Good, wherever you're at, coming to stillness at center here. I invite you to hold on to that right leg. We're going to send the left leg straight. So extending the left leg straight and supporting that right knee towards the chest with both hands. Being mindful to also activate the feet, so pointing the toes towards the ceiling. And just noticing in that front hip crease there, we're just giving it a little bit of love, a little extra love. You got it. All right. Keeping this right knee towards the chest. I invite you to again call the left foot to the earth, so bending the left knee. That right leg resting the outer ankle just above the knee here. You got it. Good. And then we're just going to straighten that left leg. Ooh, straightening that left leg. And with the exhale here, just relaxing the right leg, right? So just allowing gravity to help a little bit here as your knee and your thigh starts to just loosen up here, breathing the earth a little bit. Maybe your arms are out in a T, palms facing the earth. Nice deep breath. Fantastic. Good. I invite you now to keeping your right leg crossed, the left back to the earth. Good job. All right. And whenever you are ready, on the next inhale, lifting the left foot off the earth. We're going to take the right hand, feed it between the legs. Left hand greets the right behind the thigh. And keeping those feet activated, maybe you're gently pulling the right leg towards you, using that right elbow as a little bit of resistance against that inner right knee area. And maybe you're finding a little bit of mobility here and noticing, oh, that feels fantastic. By all means, pause in a spot that feels super delicious. All right, this is great for those of us who maybe are living within some sciatic issues. This is a great way to help open that up, creating space within. Good. When that feels complete, releasing the left foot back to the earth, uncrossing the right leg. You got it. Let's go ahead and call that left knee to chest and straighten the right leg. Good. Activating the feet, pointing the toes towards the ceiling here, and just sending light and love to that left front hip crease. Oh, that feels fantastic. Good. As we support the left knee towards the chest, we're going to call the right foot back to the earth. So bending the right knee. We're just gently guiding this left leg to allow it to rest on the right leg. Good. And let's go ahead and straighten the right leg here. Again, maybe you're taking those arms out in a T, palms facing the earth. Grounding through your shoulder blades, grounding through that right heel. Maybe you're noticing the right heel connected to the earth. Good. On the next inhale, just gently bending that right knee again. We're going to lift that beautiful leg up. Sending the left hand between the legs here. Right hand interlocks or grabs and meets behind that right thigh. And gently pulling the right leg towards you as you use your left elbow to push the right knee away. Again, noticing that maybe if you add a little bit of movement, don't go too far, listening to your body. Just a little sciatic, little piriformis stretch here. Just sending light and love to all that is within. When that feels complete, gently releasing the right foot to the floor and then sending the left foot to the floor. Good. We're going to roll to one side and just pushing yourself up. Meeting me in tabletop here, so hands and knees. Good. So just noticing here that we are going to have a little pressure on the wrists. So if you find that maybe there's a little bit of discomfort here, you may opt to come up on your fists. Again, yogi's choice, listening to your body, knowing what's available. Good. Flowing through some cat-cow tilts here. Inhaling, dropping the belly button, gaze up. Exhaling, tucking in those hips. Chin towards the chest. And then dropping down. Good. Sending the spine up, just flowing through in your own breath, sending your spine light and love. You got it. Just taking the time. You got it. And when that feels complete, I want you to meet me here, neutral table, so flat back as we turn those toes under. Turning the toes under, and guess what? We're going to push ourselves up into that downward facing dog. On the next inhale, lifting up the hips, sending the knees away from the earth. So finding your own version of downward facing dog, your heels do not need to touch the earth and don't push it too far. Noticing that your center is if it's too far back, you'll notice that you're a little back heavy. If it's too far front, you'll notice that your weight is really too much on the hands here. So just finding that happy medium. And let's walk the dog here. So really just lifting one heel up at a time. Really introducing our bodies to the first downward facing dog of the day. Walking the dog. The dynamic dog, I call this. Really just movement based. And then coming to stillness in the down dog. Allowing the energy to rise through the soles of the feet. Rounding those hips. Exiting out the hand. You got it. Stepping forward and bending these knees here as we roll ourselves up. But we're only lifting the hips up here. We're going to hang in this forward fold for a moment, this forward bend. Good. And if your knees are not bent, bending them now, and let's gently rise. So slowly, nice and slow, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way up, allowing your head to be the last thing to rise. You got it. Welcome to standing. We took a long time to get here. I did not anticipate that. I invite you to join me as we stand in our mountain here. So really taking this opportunity to ground and connect with Mother Earth once more. So I invite you to lift your toes up here. Feet are hip distance apart, lifting those toes up, grounding through the balls of your feet, the four corners of your feet, and then sending the toes back down, really greeting the earth here. Extending those arms to the side, palms wide open, facing forward here, just letting the universe know that you are open to receive. And as we stand here in our mountain, we're going to just open up the chest. So send your shoulders, just open up the chest here. So send the shoulders slightly back, chin up, and then send it back as well. Standing nice and tall in our mountain as we take this opportunity to honor and celebrate self here. Thinking about all of those things that go into who you are, right? Imagining that mountain with that strong base, right? All of those things that go into that mountain. Let's honor all of those beautiful things that go into our own mountain, right? Your own base. What goes into who you are, right? So celebrating self, whether that's family, right? Love, your school, your work, right? Maybe it's your language. Maybe it's those songs and dances, right? Maybe it's all of those wonderful things. Maybe it's that name that you say loud and proud. All of those things that go into who you are. Standing proud in that, calling energy from Mother Earth to help mingle with that pride, just helping you stand tall. Good. Inhaling, extended mountain arms all the way up. Exhaling as we tilt to the left. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling to the right. Inhaling to center. And as we exhale, we're going to hinge at the hips, floating down, forward fold. And when we get down here, I invite you to take this opportunity to hang out. Maybe you're going into ragdoll, taking the hands and tucking them into the opposite elbows here. Nodding your head yes, turning it no, just making sure your neck is free. Oh, just take a moment. And while you're in ragdoll, gently, just gently swaying from side to side. You got it. Good. Releasing those hands back and planting them on the earth as we step back into your down dog. Stepping back into your downward facing dog here. Fantastic. On the next inhale, left leg just rises a little bit here. Bending that left knee, sending the left heel towards the right hip. Good. All right, so we're going to call that left knee into chest. Good, and then shift your weight back, sending your hips towards the sky. Noticing where your hands are. And when you are ready, we're going to float the left foot forward and place it in between the hands here. Good job. And just scooting the foot back a little further. So going into lunge here, but we're not going right into lunge here. We're just going to take a moment here and raise the chin. Take a moment. We're not going full lunge. We are lunging, but not full lunge. Good. Bringing your chin back down, planting the right hand. We're going to send your heart shine. So imagine there's a light on your heart. Right, and right now that light is shooting down toward the left foot and the right hand. Good. On the next inhale, we're going to rotate the body and send the heart shine towards the left. At the same time, raising that left hand. So whenever you are ready, inhaling, just rotating that heart shine towards the left and extending that left hand to the sky. You got it. Nice deep breath in. It's okay if you're shaking. Good. Floating the left hand back to the earth. Good. And finding downward dog again. So we're just going to send the left foot back. Repositioning back into your down dog. Nice deep breath.
On the next inhale, raising that right leg to the sky. Good. Bending that right knee, sending the right heel towards the left hip. Good. Gently floating that right knee in towards the chest. And then shifting your weight back here. We're sending those hips towards the sky. Noticing where your hands are. When you are ready, just sending the right foot forward. Good. And maybe you're scooching that left foot back a little. Just lunging forward slightly, not crazy lunge here, and just lift the chin up. Oh, just calling in light and love to the entire body, grounding through Mother Earth, feeling her energy flow through. Good. Planting your left hand now, as we're going to rotate our heart shine towards the right. So inhaling, rotating that heart shine towards the right, and at the same time, extending that right hand to the sky. Nice deep breath. Again, it's okay if you're shaky. That's okay. Gently floating that right hand back to the earth. Good. Finding down dog once more. You got it. Stepping forward, we're going to bend those knees. And gently come all the way up. All the way up, nice and gentle. Head up and extending the arms. Extended mountain. Good. Exhaling, hinging at the hips. We're going to float right back down. Hands to the earth, bending the knees. And coming to hands and knees. Got it. Tops of the feet are on the earth now. As we shift our weight back, finding our way to child's pose here. Dropping the hips towards the heels. And going into your own version of child's pose. You can rest your forehead on the earth here. Arms at your side. Maybe your arms are extended out front, forearms resting on the earth. And maybe your fists are stacked and you're resting your chin on that. So taking a moment in child pose here, really just nurturing that inner child, sending that beautiful child some light and love as well. Taking this opportunity to release and let go. Fantastic. When this feels complete, just gently placing your hands on the earth just above the head here. We're going to come up slowly, nice and gentle, and finding our way to forearms here. Finding our way to forearms. And then gently rising, coming back into table. Got it. Back into table here, grounding through the tops of your feet behind you. Placing all of your weight on the right hand. Left hand goes above it on the mat. Really gripping the earth with the finger pads here. And we're just going to shift the weight back, sending the heels, the hips right to the heels once more. Dropping to the right forearm. And extending that left arm out, just noticing that opening. Ooh, that opening on. I may have just gotten my left and right backward. Just take your time. Ooh, fantastic. On the next inhale, coming back upright. Sending now the left hand right underneath that left shoulder. Right hand goes above it on the earth, on the mat. We're going to shift those hips back one more time, gripping the mat with the finger pad, dropping down to the left forearm. Ooh, sending the hips towards the heel. Nice deep breath. Beautiful. On the next inhale, gently coming back upright. We're going to replace the right hand over by the right shoulder and take our time finding our way to seated. So rotating your body all the way around, finding your way to seated. Good. Planting those feet again, hip distance apart. Good. And just lowering, gently lowering the back body to the earth. Whew. Calling the feet a little closer to the hips. I invite you now to allow your knees, your feet are hip distance apart. We're going to drop the knees to the left. Allow them to come to rest. Beautiful. Serpentine twist here, arms extended out, palms facing the earth. Just taking some time here, noticing where you might be holding tension. And on the exhale, just relaxing, sending relaxation and softening to that area. Completing the twist, taking your gaze to look at the right hand. So the knees are to the left, gaze is to the right. Oh, fantastic. Good. Turning your gaze back up to the ceiling and calling your knees up one at a time. First the right, then the left. Resituate those feet and those hips if need be. And when you are ready, have a nice deep breath in. On the exhale, allowing those legs, those knees to go towards the right and allowing them to come to rest. And as we did on the other side, really taking note of where I might be holding tension. And on my exhale, relaxing that part of the body, relaxing those hips. Taking your gaze to look at the left hand. Oh, fantastic. Nice deep breath. Gaze goes back up to the ceiling. We're going to call those knees up one at a time. First the left and then the right. And again, resituating as you need to. Keeping the feet planted, we're going to take the hands beside us on either side. Palms facing the earth, finding our way to half bridge. So on the next inhale, just gently lifting those hips up off the earth. Grounding through the soles of your feet. Grounding through your shoulders. As you take your attention to the shoulders on the next exhale, relax the shoulders and notice that you can still support yourself without feeling tension in the shoulders. Good. On the next exhale, releasing the hips to the earth and straightening out the legs. Finding your way to your Shavasana, that final pose, that resting, that corpse pose. Inviting quiet into the body. So making those little adjustments and movements, getting it all out of the way, and settling into this final pose. Inviting in stillness and quiet to the body. It is in this stillness here that our body distributes our yoga to all the centers. And if you haven't already, I invite you to close your eyes. As we now invite a little softness in as well, starting with the crown of our heads, just softening the crown. Softening the brow, softening the eyes and the ears, unclenching your jaw and removing your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Noticing that that can relax your neck, which then helps soften the shoulders. Softening the rib cage and the back body. Relaxing your hips and allowing your legs to fall where they need. Maybe you're noticing your practice as it vibrates or tingles through your body. That is your prana, your life force flowing through. That prana is nurturing your medicine wheel, helping your medicine wheel roll a little smoother, helping your skana, that peace, noticing that Mother Earth is again supporting you and holding you up. She's got your back. You go ahead and just be. Bringing your attention back to your breath. Maybe you're taking a few deep breaths here. Maybe you're yawning. As we bring ourselves back to the room here, a nice gentle movements. Right, take your time. Maybe you're opening and closing your fists. Maybe you're pointing and flexing your feet. Maybe you're turning your head from side to side. Just inviting movement back into your body. And before rising, I invite you to first roll to one side. And just pause here for a moment. And then gently placing your hand on the earth as you push yourself upright. And join me as we meet here in easy pose once more. Legs crossed. Call hands together at heart center. As we take those cleansing, cooling breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Really letting go. If there's anything still residing within that you don't need, we're going to let that go. Beautiful. Ending our practice here, I would like to thank you for joining me today and allowing me to join you. Know that the light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste. Yauko, miigwetchin, hi. Thanks for joining me. Check me out on Facebook under Moccasin Flow, under Lisa Hill, on YouTube, Instagram, Oneida. Take care, everybody. Thank you.